Good morning, my sweet bumblebees. I'm Gigi Mel, and this is Living It, Loving It, Gigi Ma style. Today's video is going to be a little different, guys. Before we get into it, let me just announce that Starlight Apartments Extended Family will upload tomorrow. My husband is home today, and well, the video is going to be kind of long, and it's kind of hard to video when there's people around. So I will be, he goes to work in the morning, so I'm going to do a bunch of videos tomorrow and upload them for the proper times, okay? I have with me here little Derek. His sister, my new Maddie girl, Darcy, is taking a nap, and Derek won't leave her alone, so he's here with me. Yes, I know he's a dollar. That was just, you know. Okay. Something happened today that got me thinking, and let me explain, and you'll see what I mean. One of my dolly friends, I'm not going to name her, got a hold of me telling me that somebody was saying some pretty nasty things about her, so she and I sat and we talked for a while, texted back and forth. And this woman was telling her that she wasn't a proper Christian and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Well, guys, a lot of my dolly friends are Christians, and I need to make a confession to all of my Christian friends. I'm not a Christian, not in the traditional sense. And let me try to explain that to you guys, okay? I'm hoping that I'm not going to lose a whole bunch of friends over this. But let me try to explain what I am, what I feel that I am, all right? I don't just follow the Christian belief system. I do follow the teachings of Christ, of Jesus. As in loving my neighbor as I love myself, helping the poor, being with, you get my point. All of what he originally taught. Taking care of myself and others. Okay? But I also follow other religions, such as Buddhism and shamanism and Native American teachings and Norse teachings. And so what I call myself is an amalgamist, which means that I take what works for me, what touches my heart and works in my brain as what is right, and from all different teachings, and I mix them all together. I amalgamate them. It's a cooking term, and that's what I do. That's what I am. I am an amalgamist. So there are some people that just look at me like I'm crazy, but to me, that is what, how do I say that? That's what Jesus meant, in my opinion, okay? He meant for us to be the best we can be, not follow blindly somebody else. And I'm not saying that Christians do that. Don't get me wrong. What you do for you, what works for you, is beautiful. And I would never, ever think to take that away from you. Do you understand? I would never take... It's kind of like with the dollies, the dolly community. I am not one of those that's going to say you can't have a replica because it's not what the, reborning is. You can have whatever doll you want. Whatever works for you. And that's how I am with my... how do I put this? It's not really it's a religion, but it's my faith. That's what it is. It's my beliefs. Okay? It's not really a religion. There isn't an amalgamistic religion out there, as far as I know. But if there is, I am not part of it. Or I haven't seen it. But I do what makes me happy. And guys, I will still talk to you about anything. If you want to contact me and tell me that somebody's picking on you, or somebody's being mean, or somebody is doing something you don't like, please contact me. If you are hurting for any reason, contact me. We can talk till we're both blue in the face. I will talk to anybody. You understand me? That's one of my gifts, my many gifts, is to be able to listen and to talk back. You get my point? I will do my utmost best to help you with whatever problem you may be having. But I do not call myself a Christian, okay? Only because how do I say? Let me tell you some stories, and maybe you'll understand why I feel this way, okay? When I was a child, now my parents were not religious. My mother believed in God, but we never went to church together as a family, unless it was for some kind of big family reunion kind of thing. We never went to church every Sunday. We never read the Bible together. We didn't do any of that, okay? Well, when I was younger, I decided I got invited to go to church with a church group. So I went, and it was a Baptist church. I think we went with our neighbors, me and my sisters. I have 3 younger sisters. And how do I say this without... I don't want to upset anybody, so please understand. This particular church gave you candy if you learned a verse out of the Bible. They gave you candy if you sat still. They gave you candy if you brought a friend with you. They gave you candy for everything, okay? And it dawned on me, even as a youngster, that they were going to rot my teeth out before they taught me anything about God, and that's kind of the way it felt. So I stopped going. And then I when I got married, this would have been my second husband. My first husband and I didn't, we were only married for a short time. And there was no religion there. Okay. There was no church or anything like that. I was told during that time, we went to counseling. We were having some issues, my first husband and I. And I went to counseling with a Methodist preacher. There was a Methodist church down the street, so I went to talk to the preacher. You guys are not going to believe what this man said to me. Are you ready? He told me I would make a great prostitute because I listened well. No joke. I was 19. Yeah. I didn't go back to church for a very long time until I met my second husband, and his entire family were Catholic. So I went to catechism to become Catholic. My daughters, I put all three of my daughters into Catholic school. And my oldest daughter kissed a boy on the cheek during recess. I was called into the school, and this nun called my daughter a streetwalker for kissing a boy on the cheek. I pulled my kids out of school rather quickly. And when I finally finished catechism and went to do my first confession, the priest fell asleep. See, his entire family, when I first met him, I had been divorced and I had 3 children from my first marriage, and I could not have any more children. All of my kids were born cesarean, so I was not allowed to have another child back in that time. They did not think I was a proper match for their son. And yet their daughter, my husband's sister, had 3 children by 3 different men and had never been married once. But her children, all 3 of her boys, were altar boys. Does this kind of get you to understand why I'm a little bit biased? I did not have good relationships with any church. And that's just the way it is. That's why when I started after all of that happened, and I divorced my second husband because of infidelity, and the man he would go and do things and then turn around, and when I would get angry and whatever, and we would split up, he would come crying, saying, we'll go back to church, we'll do this, I'll do that, and I'll do this. And this happened probably 10 different times. And I finally said, this is never going to work, because he does not, he was using his religion as a tool to keep me, if that makes any sense. And I could not do that anymore. So, after all of that, I decided, all by myself, that I was going to learn as much as I could from other places as well as Christianity. And I found that there are so many wonderful religions out there, or faiths, if you want to call it that. And that pulling what worked for me from each of them has worked beautifully for me. And then when I met my present husband, I found out he was the same way. He had done the same thing. Now he believes slightly different things than I do, but they all work together, if you understand what I mean. And that's beautiful. And we've built a beautiful life together. So, to shorten this up, guys, and because I could sit here all day and talk. If you guys unfollow me or whatever because I don't call myself a Christian, I understand. That's up to you. Just know that I love all of you guys. And whether you stay or not, okay? I will support you in whatever decisions and whatever you do. All right? We've built quite the community here, and I love every one of you. So, that's my confession for today. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and be happy, be safe, be sensible, and do your very, very best to behave, whether you want to or not. I love you, and I hope you stay with me. Bye for now, guys.